Research Masterclass. It's a great pleasure having you here, Dr. Firdous. And I would also like to welcome all the participants and the colleagues who have joined this webinar, or we can say it as a research masterclass, because this is a very interesting initiative in terms of, if we look at planning of the edited book, that is what is the area or the topic which you are going to cover. So I welcome you all. Good afternoon and good evening to all the colleagues around in this session. Before we go ahead on anything, I would like to introduce Dr. Firdous Malik. So Dr. Firdous Malik is an accomplished economist and assistant professor of economics at the University of Nepal. He is currently postdoctoral fellow at Amity University, Dubai. Dr. Malik holds a PhD and an MPhil in economics from Baba Saheb Bhimrao Ambedkar University and a master's in economics from the University of Kashmir. His expertise spans financial inclusion, microfinance, development economics, and public finance, and has authored 14 books with leading academic publishers, including Springer, Routledge, and IGI Global. Dr. Malik is also the founding president of the Jammu and Kashmir Economic Association and also editor-in-chief of the Social and Sciences Humanities International and editor of the Journal of Recycling Economy and Sustainable Policy. With over 30 Scopus indexed publications, he remains an active contributor to global academic research and policy dialogue. And I am really lucky to have you here, sir. With this, I would also like to say that when we talk in terms of publishing a book, generally it is being considered that they say writing an edited book is like organizing a potluck dinner. So everyone promises to bring something, half show up late, and some people forget the main course. But in the end, we all pretend it went beautifully and publish it anyways. With this, I would like to hand over the session to you, Dr. Firdous, and I hope that we all learn a lot from you in this domain. The floor is all yours, Dr. Firdous.
Thank you very much, Professor Malik. I would at the outset, I would like to say thanks to Business School for giving this opportunity to have dialogue today about to learn how to make an edited book. I would also like to pay thanks to Professor Priyanka Tandon for making this session possible. So I am very much excited to share my insights about how to write an edited book. We will be following step by step instructions. So please give me 1 minute to share my presentation. I hope this is visible to all of you. So as the dialogue is about to learn about how to execute an edited book, a step-by-step guide from editing to publishing. It is actually one of the burning issues nowadays in research. Scholars, authors, academicians, even policymakers, they are looking for edited books. Before we start, let me share you my milestone, what I have done till now in the field of. Right now, I have completed.
Excuse me, Dr.
Yes.
Firdous. Dr. Firdous, I'm so sorry to interrupt you. If you please can adjust your mic because your voice is not clear. It's breaking.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, it's loud now. It's fine.
Okay, I have to speak a bit loud.
It's
so
breaking.
Sorry for the inconvenience.
No problem.
Hello.
Yes, yes.
Now it is clear?
Yes, it is clear. It is clear.
Okay, you can interrupt me in between if you are feeling.
Sure. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So let me share you the motivation of this session. I am sharing my published book as a motivation for all of us. Till now, I have published 14 books with different publishers. So what is the motivation? That's why I'm sharing this milestone with you. Because authors across the globe, they are curious to learn about how to publish an edited book or how to publish an author book. So therefore, the poster setup is very difficult. Whether you are a research scholar or fresh assistant professor or teacher or research fellow, whatever position you are having, it is very tough to set out the poster setup regarding edited book or author. I will share in between process, what are the difficulties and all. But this is just a motivational slide that how I have achieved this milestone. So therefore, if we are trying to understand the introduction of planning an edited book, we must learn about the entire process of planning and publishing an edited book. So we have to take a step, we have to learn about what type of edited book or a book, authored book we need to publish. So there are mainly three positions about we have to learn. One is to go with the regional publisher to learn about ABCD of the guidelines to have publishing book with them. Then there is national publisher and then there is international publisher. So before you are trying to have an edited book, you must have knowledge, you must have to do some homework regarding which publisher we are focusing. So once you are, selecting the publisher, whether it is a regional, national, or international, but mostly scholars nowadays they prefer to have international publishers like Springer, Belgrade, Rotley, Taylor Classics, Elsevier, etc. So we have to learn this process. So how we will learn about this process? Seminars like this, which we are doing today, can help you. Cannot get all the knowledge from the YouTube channels, from your friends because they do not have time. So seminars and conferences like this will help us to understand the ABCD of electrical pop, to understand the process. So that is why I have kept here the quote, the whole world is like a book, and those who do not travel, they read only one page. Having patience, working hard to have an edited book needs execution, needs understanding, needs learning, needs practice. You have to read the literature. So therefore, we have discussed in this very post slide, there are three publishers, three types of publishers. One is regional, national, and international. So it is about the editors, about the author, with which publisher he or she wants to go. So this is the post number one step. But this can be done only if you are passionate, so much passionate, objective centered. So then there is the second important question nowadays in market. On LinkedIn, if you are very active on LinkedIn, you are visualizing there are so many call for papers. And you will be observing that the editors mostly in the call for papers, they belong to different countries across the globe. So selecting editorial board is one of the important and tough tasks. Because as you are the beginner, you must understand that how difficult and how important it is to have a good editorial board. So good editorial board leaders, they should mutually distribute the work. They should be subject to expert. Nowadays, I am also visualizing there are some experts in call for book chapters. Some is from engineering, some is from economics, some is from sociology. So that is big lacuna. Good publishers will not accept editors who are having different specialization. So you have to be very careful. So importance of hello.
I'm so sorry to interrupt. Yes, Dr. Firdous. Actually, there are messages in the chat saying lot of external noise, background noise is there. So, if possible for you, by any means, to suppress some part of that noise, it will be great because some of the academicians cannot listen to you properly.
Hello.
Yeah.
Just
give
me
Dr.
one. Yes.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. 1 second, please.
Sure. Thank you. Yeah.
I am sorry. Yes, I have to just disconnect for 1 second.
Oh yes, we can wait for a minute and then we can start.
Hello.
Yes, Dr. Firdaus.
Are you getting any background voice now?
Not much. Thank you so much, Dr. Firdaus, because all the participants, I mean, a bit is there here and there. I mean, some sounds, but better than what was having previously. So I think we can start now.
So, hello.
Yes, a bit better. Yes, Dr. Firdaus. It is a bit better now.
Okay, so my slides are visible to you all?
Yes, they are. I mean, you can put it in the presenter mode and then we can go ahead. Yeah, it's fine now.
Right.
Thank you.
So, okay, I am unfortunately very sorry. I do not know what has happened here today. So, we were discussing about that, to select editorial board, it is again a tough job for, authors or editors who are planning or executing an edited book. So, therefore, first and foremost point is that we have to be focusing on subject area. What area we have chosen? The experts, the editors from across the globe or within the country, they should be having that area of specialization. And again, the team should be so much having mutual understanding in such a way so that they can distribute, execute, have meetings about the book proposal for this. I have seen there are so many issues and problems with the editors once they are signing the agreement with certain publishers. The editorial board mostly gets missing, and the only corresponding editor become a victim to complete that. So therefore, it is one of the important and crucial steps. You have to select carefully your editorial board. So alone we can do so little. Together we can do so much. But so much is only possible if your editorial board is willing to work. And again, one of the important areas while executing, I am just trying to make you aware that what are the following steps to execute an edit book. Selecting a publisher. Different publishers are having different guidelines to have an edit. For example, I have done a lot of work with Superior. Their performa or their template or publishing is different. Where I have done some work with Routledge, they are altogether different. I have done work with IGI, there is totally different. And Palgrave, they are having different. So selecting the publisher again, it is a good task and a top decision. So here again, going with traditional publishers or publishing with, high repute publisher like Superior and all, so that to target that your publication work should be reflected in Super. So it is a business of knowledge. You have to learn it. You have to learn which publisher is good. You have to learn which publisher is publishing in which domain. So therefore, it is one of the important aspects while proposing an edited book. Then again, title. Title is one of the crucial steps because nowadays there is chat GPT, AI based, tools and techniques. I have seen so many authors, even editors who are coming, having curiosity to have edited book. They are just giving some prompt to the AI like ChatGPT, DeepSeek, and so on, and getting their title. So title should be attractive. It should be reflecting the subject domain you are writing. So it cannot be, taken from ChatGPT. Good title can be, taken only by having good read of literature. Unless and until you are having good command on the area from which you are proposing an edited book, you can or you will not be able to have a good title. So therefore, a good title is a gateway to discovery. So your good title, having good title, will attract the commission editor from that publication. So we have to be focusing on this. You can be only having good title unless you are having knowledge of that area, unless you are updated with that area. What are the trends? What is the literature? What has happened in the past? Why you are proposing this title? What new you are going to do in it? So these things will help you to develop. If you simply give ChatGPT, ChatGPT will give you the garbage if you are not subject expert. If you are not able to filter that, right? So therefore, be curious. If you write from ChatGPT and copy paste it, then there will be the desk rejection. 99% chance of desk rejection. If you are passionate and want to work hard, want to earn your name in the publishing field, then again, there is no shortcut. You have to have read lot of literature and compile. Just having gone through a lot of literature will help you to polish yourself to become a good academician. So don't jump for publication or don't count things. It takes time. Right things will always take time. So if you want a development with growth, then therefore you have to follow step by step things. And again, introduction about the concept. Now the question is how we can write introduction about the book. You are trying to propose a book title, book proposal. What things you have to keep in mind while writing your book title? The important thing is that just like we are writing abstract for a paper, we are writing abstract for a book chapter, where we are having to follow the same strategy here for a book proposal. So it should be clear, the concept should be defined well, and your book should present something which is missing. So that is why your book can be scientific in nature and it can be theoretical in nature. If it is a scientific, then there should be methodology, there should be objective, there should be focus, how it will contribute, and how it will be impacting in the area of the field. If it is theoretical, you can just make bibliometric type analysis, compiling book, giving the commentary about the previous studies and all. But nowadays, publishers are focusing on scientific study. So if you are proposing a scientific study, the introduction part should reflect that what is going in the field, how it is evolving, what is your specific object which you are targeting, and how it will impact. Therefore, the concept of book is a seed of imagination. It grows through words. Now, what makes this proposal sufficient? These are the questions which are the headings of my slides. These are the questions different publishers will ask you in their template that what makes this book special. They will ask you just give us references of almost 4 to 5 books which have been already published in this area. So then you have to defend your book, how it will be different from comparing to other books which have already been published. So it cannot be this area, this question cannot be addressed unless and until we are subject expert in that area. We must have deep knowledge of that. So the uniqueness of the book is what makes it timeless. So therefore, there is again, if you are having good editorial board, you have selected good title, you are targeting good publisher, then you should be eligible to write what is the uniqueness of that book. So if it is an empirical book, then you have to highlight how it will add knowledge, how it will benefit to the students, how it will benefit to the policymakers. So therefore, you have to defend yourself in that. And the one important point is there should be diversity in the book. All the chapters should not from one country or one region. You should try to focus on particular area like South Asia, global South, or global world. So how will this book be used? So again, this is the question. Then if you are trying to make a textbook, then you can write that this will be for the courses like MA, BA, BBA, MBA. If it is a research-oriented book, you can highlight it will be helpful for libraries, universities, institutions of repute. You have to explain the practicality that why publishers are asking these questions. Publishers are having 2 things in mind. One, that if we publish this book, whether we will be able to generate revenue out of it or not. Second, whether this book is contributing in the area or not. So these are the main 2 important questions we have to take care in the proposal. Our proposal should be in such a way, it should be demanded in the market once the book is complete. So therefore, a practical application of this book or who will get benefit from this book. So we have to learn about this again. So a book is a tool not just for reading but for change. So we are having conceptual knowledge, we can compile good modeling, we can interfere, we can make empirical studies, but at the end we have to think positively that what is the significant impact of this book which we are compiling. Will it make any impact? Will it add anything to the area? So these are the questions we have to think seriously. And we were talking about, I have given you the example of marketing your edited book, how you will market. So these will be again one of the questions the editor will tell you. The marketing like e-commerce, Amazon, Flipkart, local vendors, the editing, the publishers, they are having their own, marketing. The team like Supringer is selling on the Supringer website, but also they are promoting by engaging different universities across the world. They are selling their products in the form of book, research papers, journals to the libraries, e-commerce and all. So therefore, you have to feel again, you have to make them think that this book is a unique and it will be having good marketing attraction. So marketing is no longer about the setup you made, but the stories you tell. So your product should be in such a way it should be demanded in the market, rather than you will try to showcase or advertise that kindly buy this book and all. So your book should have content in such a way. If any professor from any university across the globe will make look to that content, he or she should take the decision to buy that book. So again, marketing is one of the important. So these standard viewpointers which I am sharing they are for good publishers like Supringer, Elsevier, and Rotley, Taylor Francis, and IGI. So it depends upon which publisher you are targeting. These are the questions, they are uniform in nature. There will be rotational, some questions will be in, let's suppose in Supringer, marketing will be the last question. But in Taylor Francis, it will be the second question. So there will be, the numerical existence of the questions, numbering of the questions will be different, but these are the questions you will find in every template of the different publishers. And now the important question is how to structure the content of the book. So again, if you are able to develop a book proposal, you have to think carefully that how you will structure. So you will be presenting different themes, you will be presenting different keywords. So in economics, as I am the subject expert of economics, in economics, the terminology which we are understanding as students of economics or policymakers, there are macroeconomic variables. And that macroeconomics is having the language of development economics, like stability, finance, inclusion, financial inclusion, inflation, poverty, human development, sustainability. These are the key areas. So development economists, they understand this language. If you try to shed some light on poverty, so they will catch it. If you write something but it is not related to these key areas, then it will not be encouraged. So always try to create a clear and logical flow of your book in the subject area where from you are, having that subject expertise. In economics, these terminologies you have to use. You cannot write common wording or common English literature. So therefore, every subject is having its particular language, like economics is have. We can understand development economists or policymakers can understand certain language. So develop, command on that certain language. We have to have knowledge about conceptual, terminologies of that subject, whether it is economics, whether it is sociology, whether it is statistics, whether it is econometrics. Unless and until we do not have subject expert knowledge, we will not be able to structure the good content. So therefore, while executing, let's suppose there are books going on environmental sustainability, human development, education and AI. So we must have knowledge about the subject. Conceptual knowledge should be there. Then only we can make a good structure of a book. That will speak too much rather than you do not need to, any explanation. Then again, organizing the chapter. Some of the books now this has been discouraged. Some of the books, edited books, they were asking for to share the tentative chapters which you are going to ask from the author. Nowadays, Springer and Rotley, they discouraged this process. They are giving freedom to authors that this is the title of the book. Kindly focus and develop your own chapter. But before there were, some tentative chapters. I think last 1 year, it was working that some of the editors they are proposing tentative subject chapters. But in the end, there were many authors from different, regions. They were submitting the same chapter under the same title. So it was very difficult for editors to select which chapter and select which not. So that is why this that tentative chapterization has been closed. Authors have been given freedom to select their own chapter. So each chapter is a step-to journey for the reader. Now, how to organize different chapters? So as an editor, if you are developing an edited book, you have to give themes regarding the book. Like first theme will be, for example, conceptual and theoretical framework. Second theme will be, if it is on book is on gender, we can say gender and financial inclusion. Let's suppose third theme will be technology and gender, so on. So you have to keep under these themes only your chapters. You cannot keep theoretical chapter at the end and empirical chapter at the first. So we have to again learn how to organize the chapter. They should be in sequence. They should follow the simultaneous, process. First should be conceptual, then empirical, then it should develop. It should, get connected. So this is one of the important steps. While you are getting as an editor chapter, you have to arrange them in order. Then managing the contributions. This is one of the important, aspects, as I have already shed some light on it, that we have to select, because you will get, if you are Indian, if you are from Bangladesh or Pakistan or any other country, definitely you will get chapters from that country because people know you. But again, you have to be very selective. You cannot publish all the chapters from India, all the chapters from Pakistan, all the chapters from Africa. You have to manage here diversity, because diversity will help the publisher to sell that book. Diversity will help to add weightage in your edited book. So therefore, you have to be very selective in that. You have to reject the papers, good papers from the region if they are very much, in number. So I will give you an example. I have compiled one book with Routledge. The book name was The Economics of Financial Inclusion. I have received 150 chapters. At the end, I published only 22 chapters because there were particular guidelines that they were publishing 1 lakh, they were publishing 1,20,000 words only in a book. So I published only 22 chapters. It was very tough process to reject the papers, which I got 150 and just choose 22. So the chapters were having great diversity. I was having few papers from Bangladesh, from Pakistan, from Malaysia, from Turkey, from Poland, and from India. So therefore, it is again a tough decision. If you target that your book should be in Scopus, if it is only from India, there are two demerits in it. The publisher will not be able to sold that book. Second, there are less chances to get it indexed. So as a publisher, as an editor, you have to be very careful in that. So again, setting deadlines and this one. I hope I am audible to you all. Now, important thing is setting deadlines and timeline. So while proposing a proposal, you have to mention what are the deadlines. So there are options in the template, whether you are going to submit your book in 6 months, whether you are going to submit your book in 1 year or more than 1 year. So I will share you my experience here. I am mostly keeping 6 months, because if you keep more than 6 months, the authors, for example, they will submit today. After 1 year, they will forget what they are doing. So Springer is very quick. If you submit, show them the deadline is within 6 months. For example, 1 month, post 1 month, you are going to, receive abstracts. Then next month, next 2 months, you are receiving full chapters. And next last 2 months, you will be, signing the agreement and finalizing acceptance and rejection. So the lesser time you will keep, let us suppose 6 months, that will give you more benefit. But to process, to make this timeline 6 months, you have to keep in mind there is a lot of work you have to follow. If you are unable to, follow within 6 months, then 1 year is, good for you. But again, as research nowadays, it is evolving day by day. So if you are submitting, if authors are submitting, let's suppose today, and after 1 year and half and 1 year, they will forget. And the area that the research they are contributing will become, inferior. So therefore, keep the timeline less and try to have good editorial team so that they can mutually contribute, work for that book to have a successful publication. So setting timelines, you cannot set them in air. You have to set them with a vision that whether you will work or not. You have to showcase that when you are accepting abstract, when you are giving the decisions on abstract, when you are receiving full paper, when you are doing the peer review process, when you are making authors to submit agreement, when you are finally submitting the full manuscript with the editor. So it is one of the toughest work again. You have to think about it wisely. So a goal without a deadline is a dream. So I have seen there are many professors who are senior in age. They are submitting the proposal because of their designation and their working experience. Publishers are giving them book proposal agreement. but at the end, they are unable to follow up. So have a good impression, work hard, and select deadlines carefully so that you can complete your project successfully, rather than it will become dead weight loss in between. So editing process, these days publishers ask editors that you give us finalized, manuscript. But at Springer, we are having this facility. You have to, submit the chapter. They are doing this editing and proofreading. So again, you have to be very careful because of AI and all. People are copy pasting. So you have to get plagiarism report. You have to check their language. You have to check the errors and all. So editing and proofreading, it is again, it needs a subject expert. It needs a language expert. So the post draft is just telling your story. So the people will submit rough draft. Sometimes they are very bad. So as an editor, you are having authority to select that paper or not. For example, you have accepted somebody's abstract. Abstract was written good, but her main chapter is not good. So you are advised, as my observation is there, you are advised to reject immediately that chapter. So it means that he or she, they are not serious. They will make damage to your project. So therefore, don't accept those papers who are having default. Then again, copy editing and proofreading. So this is mostly done by publisher itself. Good writing and good rewriting. Try to read it. Engage good review team. Legal consideration. In legal considerations, there is copyright. Some authors, they will try to copy paste reports, figures from published publication, and they are unable to get copyright. So you should not entertain it. In agreement, in almost all the good publishers, in the agreement, they are asking about the copyright. And then permissions, you have to make them sign the agreement, whether they have submitted this chapter in any other place or not. And rights of management, like royalties, Springer is giving royalty to editors on. They are giving one book, hard copy book to the corresponding author. So while signing the agreement, it is almost, I think, 15 pages. So as an editor, when you are getting this, agreement from the publisher, try to take some time before signing it. Read it carefully, because you are then liable to complete within those guidelines. So if you are not reading guidelines carefully, then you cannot guide your authors carefully, in a good manner. So you are again advised that if you are planning an edited book, read the agreement guidelines fully. It will take, I think, almost 1 or 2 days to understand it. The right to be heard does not automatically include the right to be taken seriously. So if you are signing your agreement without reading, then maybe there are some points which publisher is, mentioning, and it is hard for you to then later, to follow up. So it is always advised to read the guidelines properly. Then cover design, it is again, done by the publisher itself, but you can select the cover. They are giving you the choice, which cover you want to keep, which, they are, providing you different designs. So you have to select that design. So select the design which should be attractive. Like Springer, they are having yellow, and this Macmillan, they are giving rights to the editors to choose what they are making. So now I have said his report that don't judge a book by its cover unless it is an edited book. So therefore, you have to select carefully. Then formatting the manuscript. So publisher is sharing these guidelines that what should be the word limit of your abstract, and how many pictures, what should be the style of the pictures, table formatting, total words in the manuscript, type of references, whether it is a APA or other style. So you have to properly follow those guidelines, and they are sharing you the Word document. So you have to follow that Word document carefully to get it published. And at the end, they are also sharing you e-proofreading. Before they will set it for the publication, they will again give you the consent. Kindly check. We have done some modification. So a well formatted book feels like a breeze to read. So if it is well formatted, then you will like to read your book again and again. The question is, which we have discussed at the beginning, that how to approach publisher, how to select the right publisher. So let me give you an example. Springer and Macmillan, this Palgrave Macmillan, they are sister publications each other. They are working together, but they are working in different areas. Like Palgrave, they are working in political economy. They are working in theoretical subjects more. While Springer, it is having lot of subjects. They are working in empirical studies, case studies. They are working regional series, like they are working in sustainability in India, sustainability in global south, and so on. So you have to make some homework while approaching the publisher. So choosing the right publishing method, traditional or self-publishing. Let me add here one more. There is APC based publication. There will be the choice that you want to publish your book with funded option, APC, that you have to article processing charge per chapter you have to. But mostly books which I have published myself, I have published non-APC based books. So then again, traditional or self-publishing, you want to publish selfly, doing all the effort yourself and publish it. They will give you this right. So mostly as we are in academician and nowadays research is evolving, AI is there. There is lot of formalities for appraisal at different institutions and universities. They prefer to have non-APC books, and but with a target to get it published in Scopus. So let me share your Chinese proverb. The best time to publish your book was yesterday. The second best time is now. So if you want to publish a book, you are having idea, you have to start it. You have to start it. You have to, once you will start, you can create a good editorial board, you can discuss it, try to execute it. There will be rejections. Accept them, be passionate, work hard, and never give up. Once you will start, then you will find the trend, you will find the track where nobody will stop you. So the first thing is you have to start. You could have done it yesterday, but now you can do it now. So negotiating the terms with the publisher, like they can give you the contract. For example, in Palgrave contract last time, they proposed us that we will give per editor 2 hard books. I requested them, no, we need 3. They proposed that we will give one-time royalty. I tried to also negotiate. Then they said, no, this is these are the guidelines from the publisher. So you can try to negotiate. You can try to negotiate. For example, if you are thinking your book is delayed now beyond 6 months, if you have proposed in the agreement in 6 months, beyond 6 months, you can ask them, you can write them kind email that due to this reason or that reason, we are unable to, kindly give us 1 week, kindly give us 1 month. So it is again an art, negotiating, how you are negotiating. So always negotiate where you are having maximum utility, maximum benefit. So you can only negotiate good things or your favor in your favor once you are having knowledge about that. So distributing channels, how to distribute your book to the right audiences, it is one of the important channels. And most of the editors across India, Asia, and South Asian countries, they are publishing books, but they are unable to distribute it to the right channel. Therefore, if you try to look at my LinkedIn profile, I always advise my authors who are contributing to share their book, to share the certificate, to share the acceptance, so that the term nowadays it is AI and algorithm. So people are searching things by the tag. So it should be in it should be in public domain in such a way, like social media of LinkedIn, so that people will post to make a look. So you have to channelize your product, whether it is an edited book or any other product. You have to channelize it, make good, good planning to execute how to make it to reach more people. So the more you read, the more things you will know. The more you will learn, the more places you will go. So try to grab opportunities. Ask institutions that we want to present our work. We want to share our book with you. We want to have seminar with you. So if you are having the product, if you are not having the product, then it is very difficult for you to share anything. So if you are having in publication format, try to share it. It is nowadays, it is the age of social media. But use that social media as a right platform for your growth and development. Again, creating a book launch. I myself am reaching so many universities that I want a book launch with you. Make it online or offline, I am available. I want to share the chapters, I want to share the contribution. So if you share your book launch, you will be recognized among the public, among the scholars, among the academicians. If you do a lot of work and you are not promoting it on social media, then you will be considered dead. So people should know you by the contribution of your publication. So let me quote here my supervisor when I have joined my master. He told me in India almost 1 lakh more than 1 lakh people are doing MPhil and PhD. But the question is who knows them by their research? So he advised me whenever you are getting any good conference, seminar, to attend it. Present your research. Your research should come into public domain. So similarly, if you are having good book, you have worked hard 1 year, you have compiled it, you have bring it authors from different countries who have contributed, you are having good piece now in your hand. So it is your responsibility to make a book launch, to make it as advertisement. Visit different institutions. Then final thoughts and conclusion. Recap the main steps, final thoughts and encourage for the success. A book is dream that you hold in your hand. So dream it about it. If you have missed the opportunity yesterday, do it now. So now I will give you again my motivation that these are my forthcoming 5 books. One is with IGI, then the other 2 is one with volume 1 and volume 2. They are with Palgrave, and there is again 2 volumes which we are compiling this week. They are on taxation. So these are, these books which I am sharing now, I think they are in process since last 8 months. So therefore, I am welcome for you to connect any questions and all. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Dr. Firdous. I would request the audience, in case anybody has any questions or would like to put across something or the other or related to the doubts of books being published, please put your questions in the comments. Okay, so there is a question is from Gitanjali. Ms. Gitanjali is asking about LinkedIn ID. So if you can help with your LinkedIn ID in the chat box, it will be great, sir.
Yeah, sure, I will be sharing. Just give me 1 second. I would like to hear more questions. Ask me questions.
Okay, sure. Okay, so to all the audience, yeah, I mean, any doubts related to your, which come to your mind related to editing a book or probably getting into the process of publication will be really helpful. I mean, in case you have some, or otherwise you have all the options of writing an email back to Dr. Firdous. And that is how we can conclude the session. So, okay, so we have some messages in the chat box. Dr. Firdous, can you check on? And can you see the messages? Yeah. So Gitanjali is mentioning
I have
that
shared my LinkedIn profile. Yeah.
Okay, you have already shared. Okay.
So yes, let me,
Thanks.
See. So if authors are able to, unmute themselves, they can ask me directly. But
No, actually,
meanwhile,
Dr. Firdaus, this session is live, so therefore I think that option is not available. They can write in the chat box and you can answer the questions.
Okay.
Okay, so Gitanjali has mentioned about you were highlighting about an example which you wanted to share. I think you missed out on that. So do you recall any example which? Yeah.
Yes, let me share my example. When I did my MPhil, I was very much passionate because I was reading too many newspapers. I was seeing, development economists, professors from JNU, DU, London School of Economics. They were publishing. So I was having curiosity that when my name will come in any newspaper, there should be some publication. But I was, fresher. I was not having that much training, but I was having too much curiosity. When I have compiled my MPhil, I did, work on slum dwellers and beggars, urban populations, and I was trying to reach different good authors, especially on LinkedIn. I asked many professors that I am planning to execute, to have an authored book. Can we write it together? So although the experience was very, crazy, I was writing just, hello professor, I am doing research in this area. So I am having this plan. Can you help me like this? Too much informally, I am nowadays laughing what I did before few years. So, but none of the professors, you know, shared the positive feedback. Yes, please and all. So I have done it all together myself. I have chosen a national publisher and I compiled my book. Once that book published, I got great praise on social media, whether it is on LinkedIn and all. People tried to reach me and connected me because they were facing same challenge and all. But after that, having little experience of the publication with national publisher, when I have submitted my PhD, before getting, final viva, I processed it to submit my proposal with Springer. So after I get my final viva, within 1 month I got my book published with Springer. Again, there were 10 professors reached me. Those professors who I have reached earlier to have publication help me and like this, I have reached them and they reached me after I got Springer published. Therefore, there will be the difficulties. The experience was there will be the difficulties. People will not help you because they are engaged in one project or other project. And nowadays, people will not help you. I will tell you categorically. So there is the trade of give and take. If you help them, then they will think of. So as a student or as an author, you want to have an edited book. Try to attend seminars like this. Get post-head experience and try to execute yourself. Make a good team if you are having a good team. Because there is the tragedy if you share concept with some of the experts, they will take advantage of it and they will not work. I'm telling you frankly. So select your team in such a way so that they will benefit, you will learn more. Rather than you will get used, your work will be used and they will ask you, we will be post, editor and all. So this was the experience that I have learned myself. I reached many professors, there were, failure attempts. But in the end, I am very thankful that I have followed the process myself. And finally, I am on the track. So
Thank you, Dr. Firdaus. Because it is a very important step and a part of process to learn and understand from others' experience. Thank you for sharing that. Now there are some more questions, Dr. Firdaus. So from Dr. Priyanka, it is like whether to approach the publisher at first or it is the last step to be taken.
So unless and until you are not having something written, so you cannot, approach to the publisher. If you approach to the publisher, I want an edited book, they will not entertain you. You have to approach the publisher with some knowledge, with some content. You can write, for example, hello dear, let's suppose, dear A, publisher name is A. Dear A, greetings of the day. I am trying to pull on a book proposal. The title is this. The contribution about, so you should have some information to share with them. Because globe is very big. There is a lot of population, lot of authors across the world. They are sending proposals. Hundreds of proposals will be, getting everyday editors. But you should not miss the chance by writing them casual that we want to propose a proposal. So share something with them so that they will, get interested. Yes, you have done some homework. So I think that is the last step. First, you have to follow, you have to execute, you have to have something in hand. Then only you can reach to that publication.
Okay, so Dr. Firdaus, are you saying that we need to have the complete context introduction about the concept as well as the sub themes as well defined earlier before we reach out to the publisher, and also some chapters or maybe some papers with us? Is it like that?
Yes. It should be like this.
It should be like that. Okay.
It should be like that.
Thank you. Okay, another question is from Dr. Jyoti saying, kindly tell us the ideal time frame for publishing the editing book. I think that you have highlighted to some extent in the sessions.
Yes, I have highlighted. So it is again, how much ready you are. For example, now people knows me across, different nations. If I make a proposal call, I will get n number of abstracts quickly. But as a fresher, if you are new, emerging as a new editor and trying to get call for papers from different, so people will think that who is this new face and all. So you will get, difficulty in getting the good paper. So therefore, if you are a fresher and there is no, experienced person in the editorial board, all are young, then I think you should have time duration of 1 year. If you are, quite aware about the process and you believe that you will get things done within the 6 months and you are having ample time, I do not know what, how much time you are having, how much time. I am giving every day, I think, most 2 hours. Besides my this university work, I am giving 2 hours because I am having 5 books both coming. I am giving every day 2 hours, sending emails and all. If you are able to do this, then 6 months is better. So again, it depends upon that how much aware you are about the publication process and how much time you can devote. That will decide the timing.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Firdaus. It will really help many of us who are planning to work in this direction. So there is Dr. Rita is asking you on the email ID. So if you can write your email ID in the chat box, it may become easier for us to connect with you.
Yes, if there is any next question.
Yeah, it is. There is one good question saying that, if you can share any good option for self-publication.
Self-publication. There are different sites. You can self-publish yourself on LinkedIn. For example, LinkedIn is a platform. You want to share something, share an article. Or self-publication is only, it can be only done with the national publisher. You can pay them all the money for the expenses and all, and you can, publish book by your name, autography and all. So some publishers are doing like this, national publishers. International publishers, they will not, entertain for self-publication. But they can entertain if the personality is great. For example, Professor Amrita Sen, he want to publish his book. So there will be different, publishers who will be interested. They will, demand him because he is a great personality. So as an individual who is not that much famous in academia or across the world, then it is difficult to have self-publication. But at regional level, people are publishing themselves. They are publishing My Beloved Father. They are publishing my autobiography. They are publishing, my experiences about entrepreneurship and all. But they are doing it by self-payment.
Yeah.
So let me share here one more important point. There are publications like IGI is not giving any royalty. Routledge is giving royalty. They are giving it from financial year to financial year. Springer is giving one-time royalty, I think $90, and that is distributed among how many? $900. That is distributed among how many editors you are. So in agreement, you will get all these. They will share you details that how many hard copies we will give to the editors, how many hard copies we will give to the authors, and how much royalty you will get. So Printer is giving one-time royalty, and Palgrave is also giving the same.
So the continuous royalty, if we talk in terms of, it is only, I think you have mentioned about
Routledge is
providing.
Yes, so it is again, I think Springer is very good because if you are publishing and they are taking risk, in designing the product. Let's suppose book they are designing, but they are taking risk and they are giving you one-time royalty. Then that becomes their product.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So one comment was there from Ms. Terry saying quite shocked by the responsibilities expected of the authors because in case of South Africa, I think she is referring to the publishers are responsible for the book launches and marketing. But when you log in terms of getting a book published under Scopus, then the responsibilities, as you have mentioned, are too many or too big.
Yes, for example, there are my close friends. They are sharing the abstract. When I am comparing the abstract, which I have given you the example of 150, it is very difficult to decision our editor to choose and reject.
Correct.
So if you are giving, sometimes it happens. For example, you are selecting the abstract and there is one abstract which is not that much bad, but you have given the favor. There will be sometimes bias. The editors are doing. They will give. There are friends and all. They are giving, but with the objective that it is not that bad. But sometimes those people, if you are giving them opportunity, they become defaulters. They are unable to submit their full paper, right? So, and they will not follow up your emails. They will not, they are not reading the email, properly. So these are again the challenges. You are writing them, then they are, reaching you on WhatsApp. Sir, what we have to do? I am asking them read email carefully. Then again, there is lot of wastage. You have to be very passionate while dealing with the author. So sometimes they are doing ridiculous response. So yeah, I will share you one more example. In IGI, we have rejected one of the book chapter. So there is some author, I will not name, some author from, I think, from Delhi. They are reaching again, sir. We will revise, we will restructure. Please give us opportunity. Although the paper is not, related with the scope of the book. So people will torture you, authors will torture you. They are curious, I understand, they are passionate, they want to work, but their chapter is not, eligible for the scope of the book. So again, it is very difficult. You have to avoid them, you have to write them email. No, it is not like this. Let us give you other opportunity next time. We appreciate. So you have to be very passionate. So let me share here, one of the sayings of Elon Musk. Elon Musk is one of the successful persons in the world. So he was sharing on his X. He shared that people are looking at my success, but they didn't, look at the hard work which I am doing 24/7. I am working 24/7. There is no holiday at all, and throughout year I am working. So therefore, a publisher, you will see once I will share that I have published, I am glad. So people will come and they will, they will think it is easy, but there is lot of effort in it. So as a publisher, as an editor, when you are proposing, keep these things in mind. You will learn. Just start, you will learn. You will see how things are going on. There will be rejection, there will be acceptance, you will sign the agreement. Then you have to follow the process. There will be the tension from the workplace. So many things will go. So that is why I have stressed that you should have a good editorial board. should have somebody who can guide you, who can help you, who can make you feel relaxed rather than give you more tension.
Yes, I agree with you, Dr. Firdaus, because that is what accounts for quality publications. And ultimately, when you have quality things in your hand, it helps you sail through that process of editing a book and getting it published.
One more personal suggestion I want to share.
Yeah,
it
please.
may be something very bad, but I don't believe senior professor. There was a lobby system where we were following senior professors in our area with an intention that they will help us. But I think it is a big mistake to approach senior professors. If they are not working regular faculty, don't try to have a book with them. They will make you suffer. They will not sign at a particular time. They will not respond. So you will suffer a lot. So try to engage with young researchers who are doing great work. Don't go with senior professors. They are indisciplined people, and I am having these experiences because I have attended many conferences. In conferences they are not on time. In conferences they are coming without preparation. So these are the things. This may be something looking very bad, but these are the realities. I want to young authors and young fellows try to have in your editorial board people whom you can call anytime, whom you can ask to respond, rather than depending on the older professors. I respect them, but they are not that quick as these publications demand. So therefore, this is my personal observation. You can different.
Yeah, of course, it can vary with other people. That is what I can understand. So
yes.
Thank you so much, Dr. Firdaus.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, you were saying something.
So because it will delay your work. That is why I am saying.
Yeah. Right. So one last highlight was there in the chat box saying that you can how generally we should be planning for interdisciplinary writings. So in case somebody is interested in moving ahead with this concept of interdisciplinary writings, then is there something specific which you would like to highlight on for this kind of thing work?
Yes. So it is one of the important questions. For example, what is happening currently in this global world? One is tariff war is going on. Global South economies, especially Middle East, they are in the war. So these things are making economy destabilized. We are having a lot of human power. We are having wars. It is impacting interdisciplinary, different subjects, whether it is diplomacy, politics, economy, inflation, financial stability, stock market, tariffs, imports, and so while having the interest in interdisciplinary approach, it should be with the trend, what is happening here. For example, you want to compile an interdisciplinary about, let us suppose, education and AI. It's the trending now. So you can have sociology, economics of sociology and war, political diplomacy and crisis in global world. So it should be something trending where you can have impactful book. Cannot make interdisciplinary where the two subjects are very different. They should be market oriented. We have discussed at one point market. So you should be able. You have to keep in mind that if I am compiling a book, if I am collecting papers from different authors, I should be able to sell it. So if something is trending, if somebody is writing, for example, on AI, there are more chances that his or her paper will get published because it is trending. So therefore, to develop something related to interdisciplinary, it should be trending, it should have some great impact. So then definitely yes. Try to read the trends, correct trends. And correct trends can be we are having development institution. World Bank is doing a lot of work. If you visit World Bank website, you will get a lot of it. IMF website, how countries are suffering, what is happening in development world, what is where countries are lacking, what is difference between development gap, how India is doing, what Trump is doing. Trump is, making war with BRICS countries. So he has, targeted India again with 10% taxes. So if we are, aware about current updates, then it will help us to have a good interdisciplinary topic or subject topic.
Okay, I got it. I mean, I think these inputs are really helpful to all of us. And yes, of course, talking in terms of a research paper or a book, if we talk in terms of trending topics, it will be more appealing for publications or for the journals also. So both the ways, I think it works. So thank you so much, Dr. Firdaus, for all the wonderful inputs. So from your handling the contributors to navigating the timelines, as well as your advice on equal was very equal in terms of putting honest and inspiring inputs. So probably some of us also would be thinking that maybe even I can really do this and survive it too. So I think that is the outcome which we will retrieve from this session. We truly appreciate your generosity in sharing your experiences as well as your personal opinions and encouragement to pursue collaborative writing, which is really important for all the fields which we are into. I am sure this session will be bookmarked in our minds as very engaging ones. Thank you once again for your time, support, and all the inputs. We look forward to staying in touch and who knows, perhaps contributing to your next edited book. I think that may be one thing very interesting which you may find. So thank you so much, Dr. Firdaus, for all the inputs.
I'm very thankful for creating this. I took part.
We can't hear you, Dr. Firdaus. Your mic is.
Hello.
Yeah, now I can hear you.
So I was thanking both of you, Dr. Pallavi and Dr. Priyanka, for giving me this opportunity to continue with. So I am looking forward for much improvement of the future, and I am looking forward to their opportunity to release my one of the. Thank you very much for this.
Thank you. Take care, sir. Bye bye. Good day.